Welcome back to Kimok 7. My name is Chad. If you are new to this channel, I am the father of a 22-year-old boy, son with autism. He's the byproduct of extensive early intervention, ABA services, speech therapy, OTT, occupational therapy, and what I consider the best ABA services that Chicagoland could possibly provide. This would have been year 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, like those early years of the 2000s. So what am I going to talk about today? If you're new to this channel, thank you for clicking on the video. I'm going to talk about kind of both sides of this topic. I'm not even going to call it controversial because that's not how I perceive it personally as a parent. But I'm going to talk about both sides of it and give you kind of example and perspective, and in the hopes of I educate you. If you're a parent, you're definitely going to find this video educational. If you are someone with autism that had a good or bad experience with ABA services, I hope this video enlightens you to another perspective or another side of this. Not trying to change your mind or anything, but give you a different perspective from me, a parent who raised a boy who is now 22 in the hopes of providing him with some sort of independence and preparedness for what? Adulthood. Because I'm not always going to be here. His mother's not always going to be here. And honestly, he spends his days nowadays sitting at home stimming on electronic devices at age 22, unemployed, even after the best services you could ever imagine. So let me get into this subject. Where do I start? Let's start with some of the, I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. And somebody had commented on a video I posted the other day about ABA therapy. So I said to myself, well, this will be today's subject for today's, the vlog, if you will. So let's jump into that. I'm going to show you what she wrote, and then we're going to kind of take it from there. It seems like every time this topic comes up, it's an adult person with autism that had a negative, remembers back somehow or another, even those early years, as ABA being a very negative or almost traumatic experience for them. For some, post-traumatic stress disorder to the highest degree, calling it abuse and wrong and just horrible adjectives. I don't know how a lot of these individuals remember it, considering ABA therapy is usually between the ages of 2 and maybe 8 or 9. For Chase, would certainly be the case for my son. But somehow they do, and somehow in their heart, if it's you're watching and you had a horrible experience, tell me your story below. I always like to continue to hear both sides of everything. But it seems like it's hard to find a parent that could say, oh, my child had a horrible negative experience. I'm sure there's many out there, but it seems like for every one, there's 9 that had a very positive, fantastic experience. I would certainly fall into that category. I feel my son would be nonverbal. I feel he would be unengaged. I feel a lot of horrible things if he didn't have his ABA therapy. And he definitely had the best services money could buy. We spent $100,000 in private services long before it was covered by insurance. Nothing was covered by insurance in the early 2000s in the United States of America. Everything I had, every penny I had went towards my son's early intervention services, in-home, out-of-home. So let's jump into what this person wrote, and we will kind of go from there. If I could find it here. I have everything queued up. I'm getting good at this. If you follow my channel over the years, we're taking this in a different direction. So what she had written, let me pull it up here. So here's the video I posted the other day. It's called Bachelor Alum Demi Burnett Diagnosed with Autism, Mother Abandoned Son with Autism. So she had written, this person, her name's Chelsea Me. She has autism. She was late diagnosed in her adult years. She's age 33. But down here at the bottom, she writes, there is also trauma for certain types of treatment people go through growing up, especially ABA. Again, not trying to attack you. I'm not referring to your personal case. I'm just stating statistical facts here. I don't know what statistical facts she's referring to. It can be abusive and in basically teaching the person how to be normal. I completely disagree. And fit into society, even the mindset that it will cure or fix the autism. I couldn't disagree more. That is not even close to the goal of ABA therapy. It shouldn't be that. There is no cure, and there is no need to be there. There is no cure, and there needs to be more acceptance and accommodations for those who are, and for the society, for us to, it pains me to read stuff like this, because this is a 33-year-old person, female with autism, obviously very well spoken, well written, communicates very well, who is out on the internet saying to me, just spreading wrong stereotypes and misconceptions of what ABA can be for children, for parents, for children like mine. There are horrible ABA therapists out there. There's the story that I pulled up the other day. I'm going to show it with you right now. There's my son, by the way. Rare do I pull up a photo of Chase right there. I pulled it up by accident. So this is the story I found today. Behavior analyst accused of assaulting an autistic child in Colorado Springs. So this is an ABA therapist, apparently threw the kid across the room and got banned in Colorado, and then opened up as a therapist in Arizona. I mean, yes, there are horrible therapists out there, but all these generalization of statements that ABA therapy is abusive and is horrible, that's the equivalent of saying everyone with autism has Asperger's and is a savant and really well spoken. And there are so many families out there who are terrified that their kid is going to be institutionalized, that is going to live in a home where nobody speaks and everyone is nonverbal and non-functional, can't care for themselves. They're not potty trained. They can't feed themselves. They can't work. They can't do all kinds of things to care for themselves. As a parent, what are we to do in terms of alternatives, if it ain't ABA therapy, to try and prepare our son or daughter for adulthood? There are tons of before and after stories of kids, and I'm going to show you an example here, that have excelled in ABA therapies by board certified behavior analysis with master's degree in this. And then there are a lot of horrible, let's do an analogy here, of car mechanics out there who pose as great ABA therapists, and they're nothing but daycare centers. I'm getting emotional animated here because I feel for both sides of this. I feel for people that have had horrible experiences. For you, if you have autism, you have a horrible experience, I feel for you. I can't relate. I can't imagine what you went through. I can't even begin. But I tell you, for my son, and I just told you the stats, and I spent $100,000 every week, every month that he was in ABA therapy. He excelled. He excelled on every level. Eyesight, functional language, functional everything, engagement, wanting to play with others. I never thought of as trying to take away his autism or change him. He's struggling. He was completely lost. Every time when he would see his therapist, he would smile and they would hug him. It was like family, in the home and out of the home. And again, I got lucky. I could afford it at that time, But I hate to see people online right now in these Reddit groups just making blanket generalization statements that, this person I found online, if you could search this, is it a girl with autism just making a blatant statement on YouTube that ABA therapy is abuse. That's basically saying that all ABA therapists, board certified or not, are horrible people, that it is abuse. Hashtag stop the shock. And autistic thoughts on ABA therapy. If you want to watch this video, she is at page Leila. You can hear her firsthand account. I didn't watch her whole video, I admit. She has autism, but she is making a blanket statement, and I think that's wrong. Contrary, if you can watch this video, I'll put a link to these videos down below. Mary Barbera, Turn Autism Around, who I consider one of the authorities. She is a doctor. She's a PhD. Here she is interviewing a board-certified behavior analyst who has autism, getting his take on this subject. And it is just a fascinating video, and I encourage you to watch it. I'm going to have to do a two-part on this vlog because my battery is unfortunately going to die. And I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to call this part 1. We'll do a part 2 on this. If you learned something, please like, please share. If you're parents and have had good experiences with the ABA therapy, please comment below and please share perhaps the facility or state you're in, and if you'd be willing to share. And again, if you're somebody with autism and a horrible experience, feel free to comment as well. I want this to be an open forum where maybe we can all learn from each other. This has been Kim 7. Thank you for watching.